Hey, are you looking for a tool that can help you detect whether or not that content on the internet is artificial intelligence generated or not? In this video, I'm going to discuss how you can use Google SynthID identification system to detect artificial intelligence generated content. Well, those Holly weirdos, those production companies for Hollywood, they've been using artificial intelligence for a long time now. Well, wasn't it Netflix, I think, that admitted for the last 10, 20 years they've used artificial intelligence to create some of the scenes, some of the special effects? What you can do is you can browse to gemini.google.com. So obviously you'll need a Google account. And then you will enter in a prompt, but what you do is you just browse to a file. Now, this technology helps you identify audio, video, text, and image generation. So basically artificial intelligence generative. You know what I'm saying? Just click the plus and then click on files, and then I'm going to have it detect this one. So you upload the file, or files plural, and then can you detect whether or not this was AI generated? And you probably want to tell it to use the Google SynthID tool because they developed it, but I think they may have open sourced it or they released it. Okay, then that one's going to run, and then I have to move down. All right. Okay, so it said yes. It said most or all of this image was edited or generated with Google AI. Now there is one caveat, and I'm going to demonstrate again, and then I will go over it. I'll go over what type of content you can use and what platforms. Now this website I found out about on my 24/7 replay reality PC in real life. It's AIidentifiers.com, and they claim that you can use it for free. What, 20 per day or whatnot for now. So what you'll do is browse to AIidentifiers.com. You want to scroll down closer to the middle of the page. Just scroll down, or they even at the top, they have a link to it, I think. Detect AI content now. Start detection. Or you can just browse down here further. And then right here. I'm just going to I'll choose the same file, I think. Right there. And see what happens. Oh, you have to create a free account. Well, they said that there was no sign up required. Right here. I was correct. It says right here, try it now free. Upload any file or paste any text and receive a result in seconds. No account required. Well, I scroll down here. Here's the artificial intelligence content detection. And then you're supposed to be able to upload any multimedia file to analyze whether or not it was created by artificial intelligence. I'm going to click cancel. I'm going to try it again. And, well, come on. I'll have to scroll down a little bit. Okay, same file. Nope, sign-in required. Strike number 1 for that website. Actually, that's a huge strike. Serious. I mean, it says right there, no sign-up required, no account. But then when you try to use the tool for free, that's strike 1, 2, and 3 possibly. However, if you want to try out this website, AIidentifiers.com, I think it's $50 free per month, and then you'd have to create a free account. Now, the only reason why I decided to include this is because they are partnered with Google. I think right now they're the only partner with Google that uses that SynthID identifier technology right here. Okay, back to this Gemini. Now I'm going to go over what you can detect. So this is important. It says, and that is true, most or all of the image was edited with Google AI. That's correct. And that's only one image, but I'm just saying. Now, if Google, within Google Gemini, the Google synthesizer identifier was completely wrong and it said most, if not all, of the image was not created with artificial intelligence, well, then I would know it didn't work correctly and basically a failure, right? All right, I'm going to browse up here really quickly, and this is important if you're going to use this tool. Which models, platforms does synthesizer identifier use? The Google ecosystem by default. Any text, image with image gen, audio, video using the Google Gemini. Also Notebook, LM, and Lyria audio from Google DeepMind. That makes logical sense. Third-party partners adopted and integrated. Other major artificial intelligence companies and providers, such as Open Artificial Intelligence, NVIDIA, their Cosmos Foundation models, 11 Labs, and even, KCal, integrated or partnered to bring SynthID watermarking into their pipelines. Now, content produced by those third-party integrators can be detected with SynthID. That comes from Google's official blog post. And then open source. Yes, I was correct. Google has now open sourced the SynthID text watermarking algorithm. So if there is a developer that builds a custom text model and then decides to use the open source SynthID library with their own secret key, then this detector could check for it. Now, Flux, no. And then I asked it. Flux, no. Stable Diffusion, no. All right, so I already went over that. That is, they don't use the same technology. All right, so let me, in closing, just to simplify it. What happens is that when you use these generators, whether it's Google Gemini or the partnered, the ones that use the Google SynthID that has now been open source, so in the future it could be more and more platforms, obviously, but you may not know, right? You have to know for sure, that way you're wasting time. It creates a watermark that is kind of like invisible, and then that's how you can detect it. It can also leave after like certain artifacts in the images, and then this technology can detect it. I mean, it's very convoluted and complex when you actually study the white papers and how it really works. But basically, that's just a very basic rudimentary explanation. It leaves a hidden watermark, and then it can even leave artifacts and certain. When it generates images, it can just, the way it creates it, this tool can actually detect it. That was this video pertaining to how you can use Google SynthID to detect artificial intelligence generated content. That's too bad about that company. I found out about it on my YouTube channel, and I browse their website, but I'm sorry. Well, I'm not going to apologize. When you tell people that no account is required, and then right above and then down below, you go and try to use the free service or try to test it, and then it prompts you for an account. No bueno, muy mal. Adios.